There you go. It's a pretty large animal.
Yeah, you could say he's a big boy.
Yeah. What's his name?
Flurry, like a snow flurry.
Oh, Flurry.
Arctic wolf.
Male?
Male.
Okay.
White. Like a white wolf.
He's yeah, that thing's screwed. Don't even worry.
All
about it. You have to ruin your posture and talking to him.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You know the thing is though, he's mellow.
He's mellow, and as soon as he hears his dad talking, he knows he's got to lay down and just be good because I talk too much.
So how old is he?
Flurry is 4 years old. He was born in captivity at our sanctuary.
Where is the sanctuary?
We're 130 miles southwest of Albuquerque, behind the El Morro National Monument.
I know where you are. In fact, I may have been there.
Well, you should be there.
But
you should go there.
I should be right. So let's get right down to that. Let's get right down to the controversy right now, because you talk to ranchers, and they don't much like wolves.
That's because they don't know much about them.
You know, in fact, I was up turkey hunting of all things up in Wisconsin back in May, and I can't tell you the amount of bumper stickers up there that said no wolves.
Yeah.
So how do you combat that? How do you argue with them about that, or try to present them with your point of view?
Well, the first thing for me is my point of view is I rescue wolves from people who try making them pets. I do nothing with wild wolves that are out in the wild. So that immediately gives me an edge, because now I'm not the guy who's out releasing them.
Right.
So I'm not the bad guy to them necessarily.
Okay.
But I am a wolf advocate.
Yeah.
And my intellect tells me that if we have about 20 wolves between 2 states, Arizona and New Mexico, we got nothing to worry about.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
20? Seriously?
Seriously.
Oh God.
Yeah. So if there's making a big stink about wolves eating their cattle, I'd like you to show me at least one of those 20 wolves somewhere between 2 states.
That's great. I didn't realize there were so few left.
Yeah, and that's the idea, is that most people don't realize that. When they hear the Game and Fish give a report, they said that there's X amount of packs out there. People are thinking, oh my God, a pack of wolves, that's got to be 9 to 16 members on average, right? But not in New Mexico or Arizona. A pack of wolves is a pair.
That's really not a pack.
That's not a pack, it's a pair.
I have a friend who lives up in Fort Hills, and we hear those things going off all the time.
No, you don't. You hear coyotes.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
I think maybe people confuse the two then.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They
all
sound
right.
nothing alike.
Okay.
But the fact is that you don't know what a wolf sounds like, but you will today after I give you the CD.
Okay.
But
cool.
you don't know what they sound like because you're used to hearing coyotes. And,
Right.
And the fact of the matter is that the wolves in Arizona are in the Blue Range, and the wolves that are in New Mexico are in the Gila, and you're not there.
Oh, so they're all down there.
They're all down south.
So are there any in northern New Mexico at all?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's kind of sad.
Yeah, so when you hear the controversy and you listen to the propaganda, it's all BS.
Well, that's good stuff, too, that you pointed out the difference between coyotes and wolves. Because I think I, at least, would probably equate them as one and the same, so I bet a lot of other people do, too.
And they absolutely do. And the Mexican
Yeah.
gray wolf is the smallest of all the wolves in the world and the fewest of all the wolves in the world, and they're about the size of a coyote.
Yeah.
So the only thing is they have a bright orange collar on. Coyotes don't.
Right.
Oh, jeez. Well, first off, people. It's probably not a good idea to have a wolf as a pet.
It's really a bad idea, and that's
Yeah.
why we exist. We exist
Yeah.
because foolish people think that they can take this wild dog and make it a domestic animal, and we have to remember something very, very important. There's only 2 kinds of animals on planet Earth. Only 2 kinds of animals on planet Earth. Wild animals and domestic animals.
Yeah.
Let's don't get them mixed up. And guess how many, just take a wild guess, how many mammals have we domesticated on planet Earth in the last 1,000,000 years?
Dogs, cats, cows,
Marmots. Parrots.
chickens.
Mammals. I'm just going for mammals.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, egg laying. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Whopping 15.
15, really?
15, but
Yeah.
people will get the idea that there must be thousands, but there's only
Yeah.
15. We add fowl to that, birds,
Yeah.
chickens and ducks and geese and that.
Yeah.
We got maybe about 26 to 29 domestic animals on planet.
So what do people think it is? It's just some kind of a macho thing to do? You know, if you're a drug lord.
Or else
something,
maybe they think they're going to be the one to domesticate them.
Well, yeah, some people think that their ego is so big that they think they're the one that can take the wild out of this animal. And
Right.
It's just not possible. If that was true, we'd all have wolves instead of dogs for pets.
Sure.
So, but this is definitely a wild animal, and we discovered, we mean scientists, not that I am one, but human beings have discovered that it's really difficult to domesticate an animal.
Ask
It takes
that
a long,
bear guy.
long time. Yeah.
That's that bear guy that was on the video we watched 5 or 6
Oh
years
yeah,
ago.
the
How'd that work out for you?
Treadwell?
Yeah, that
Tim
guy.
Treadwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't make friends with Alaskan brown bears. It's probably not a good idea.
not really.
No.
But having a wolf as a pet is simply a bad idea. People think it's just going to be a hard dog, and indeed it's going to be a hard dog because he has no doggy thoughts, no doggy daydreams, no doggy desires. He doesn't want to sit, stay, come and crawl, or roll over, play dead, and fix your slippers. He just won't do it.
Probably doesn't want to eat dry Alpo either.
No, it's not. It's a fun treat. 3 or 4 of those little kibbles, and then he wants to.
So pretty much, if somebody has one and has done that and said, "I can't handle this animal," that's where you come in.
That's where we come in.
Yeah.
Right. And we rescue my partner George and I, who have traveled all the way from California to Connecticut, and every place in between of rescuing animals quite a bit.
So you take these nationwide if somebody calls you.
Yeah, the furthest I've gone is Alaska.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Sure.
And that's and it's illegal to own a wolf or a wolf dog in
Yeah.
Alaska. And wolf dogs are another issue. That's part wolf, part dog. It doesn't matter what part.
Is this guy purebred down
He
here?
is a pure Arctic wolf.
He seems to be doing okay though.
Well, you know, I pulled him out of the den when he was about 20 days old.
Yeah.
I rescued his mom and dad from a breeding mill in Oregon. Mom was pregnant when I got her. She had her babies at her sanctuary, and I pulled him and his brother out to hand raise them to see if one of them could be an ambassador, and Flurry could, but his brother could not.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So what happens if you pet him?
He likes it.
He does? He's not worried about that?
I petted him, it's fine,
I wouldn't
it's
be
fine.
bringing him in the public if he wasn't pettable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's a thing called insurance.
Right.
And that's
right.
yeah, probably a thing you don't. So,
Probably hard to
so the peanut butter with her, that probably would not be a good idea.
If we spread it all over, I think it'd be great.
I didn't bring that much.
Well,
I just heard the wolf go,
we can just put
"Arr!"
it in select areas.
You got a
He's
couple
not
minutes?
interested.
I have all day.
What you got a website?
Absolutely. www.wildspiritwolfsanctuary.org.
You take visitors too, right? I assume.
Absolutely. Every day but Monday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Okay. Very cool. Oh yeah, we got to take a.
And now when we come back, we got to ask this guy a question too, because I think I might have corresponded with you on email once about the story about the guy who was being attacked by wolves in Norway, and another guy came
that was
out and
George.
played the
That was
okay,
me. That was
and he
me.
played the Dave Mustaine and the Megadeth, and the
yeah,
wolves all took
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
It had to have worked.
It did work.
It did.
That's fine. All right, let's do some local news right now, and then look at traffic, and then we'll take a break. We'll come back. We have Leyton Cougar in here from the and George, right?
yeah.
From the Wild Spirit Wolf Sanctuary. Website again?
Wildspiritwolfsanctuary.org.
That kind of makes sense, huh? Okay.
Garbage in a bag. Says it doesn't stink. It comes from certain landmarks in New York, like Yankee Stadium. Anything from crumpled up Metro cards to Starbucks straws to discarded photos. Now he has sold 1,300 so far, and they go for $50 a piece.
What the hell you want? Why am I even asking? Why am I asking why?
They're all sold to Asians. We don't want this crap.
Of course they were. Sure.
That is your local
All
yard.
right, let's do one more look at traffic. Coming to you from the Megadome Furniture Traffic Center, again brought to us by Sandy Resort and Casino. One more look. What do you got?
Still looking all right, you know. We do have lots of congestion around Paseo and Jefferson, but that's about it right now. And if
And what's open and what's not open around the state. Hold on.
That's what I want to hear.
We have a meeting of two worlds here. Actually, they're both kindred spirits. I would imagine you're both on the same side of this one, I think. So, first we got Leyton Cougar in here from the Wild Spirit Wolf Sanctuary. Exactly where is it?
Exactly where it is, 130 miles southwest of Albuquerque. We are 12 miles behind the El Morro National Monument off of Highway 50.
It's on the way to Zuni then?
On your way to Zuni.
Nice.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
make a turn on exit 81 in Branson and head south.
They got that eagle sanctuary out there
In
too. don't
Zuni,
they?
yes.
Yeah, in Zuni too. Yeah, I've been there too as well. You have an open house, right?
We have an open house this weekend. We want people to come. It's free. We're going to give you free food. We're going to give you free entry. We're going to give you free tours. We're going to take you around, give you some special stuff. You get to meet a wolf or two. And that'll be happening all day
Yeah,
this Saturday.
It's a real cool thing to do. And take the kids. I mean, great thing for the kids. Bring the kids out there, man.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is a great place. This is a great family adventure. We have 52 wolves, 5 New Guinea singing dogs, the second rarest dog on planet Earth, and 1 red fox.
So I was just bonding with Flurry there on the commercial break. And I can see, yeah, right. And I was the one holding my ankles. But the point I'm making is, I can see how somebody, like even that whack job Tim Treadwell, can hang out with a wolf or two, pet them. They're sitting there just mellowing out. You're thinking, me and this wolf are one. We are bros.
Yeah, bros.
So you start hanging out with you would make an attempt. like maybe in the wild to hang out with one of those animals, then you get the harsh lesson, right?
Well, yeah, and it's not likely that you're going to hang out with one in the wild because
Right.
we're their only predator.
Right.
And they run when they smell. It's not like a grizzly bear. He wants to come eat you when he smells you.
Yeah,
The wolves want to retreat.
sure.
Yeah.
But you can see how with you were making the argument about domesticated animals and non-domesticated animals.
Yeah.
Then maybe you do bond with one. That's one.
That's one.
Yeah.
And I think, and over my years of working with wolves, I've had around 300, and out of that 300 or so, 4 have been like Flurry, where we can come into the public.
And the other ones just don't want anything
Really?
to do with you. Is
They
that one?
want nothing to do with a leash, jumping in a car, going anywhere, seeing anything new or exciting or
Yeah.
All right, well, let me take his statement a step further. Would they in the wild, where there's still a lot of wild wolves, Montana, right?
Alaska.
Alaska,
Yeah.
would they still look at Dan Ware as food?
No, they never have. They never have, and they never will. Right now,
Because they know Dan's going to save their forest when a fire happens.
They know
Right.
confidently that we are their only predator, and they retreat when we come.
Well, they're smart. They're smart animals.
Well, and I described to you how smart they were just a minute ago about just how he will bury his own feces while he's right in the back of the van. He's like, I don't want to step on this stuff. I pick up the mat, put the mat back down, and now I don't have to get my feet dirty.
Can we take him to my house and teach my dog that?
Yeah, no
I wish I
kidding.
could pass that
No
information on. It'd be
kidding.
really helpful. Yeah.
God, I don't remember what direction I was going to go with this.
Well, we were talking about the open house and
Oh, yeah.
how much fun you're going to have.
Yeah,
that's
you get
what-
the
right.
open house out there, which is great.
Outside.
I was thinking, it's a great day trip too. Just go out there for a couple hours, boom, back and forth.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours
Yeah.
there. We spend about an hour and a half with you, taking you around, showing you everything, and then set you free to spend your
All
money.
right, this is what I want to philosophize, and I want you to pontificate for a second, because I want you to tell why you think they belong in the wild, still belong in the wild, despite. Well, okay, let me back off for a second, because the theory I heard was too, there are so many coyotes now because there aren't enough wolves.
Right.
Is that true?
Exactly. Wolves take care of our nature. They are nature's caretakers, and they're the ones that regulate how many coyotes get to live, how many elk get to be there.
Yeah.
Before we reintroduced the wolves to Yellowstone, Yellowstone had a population of 20 to 30,000 elk, which completely destroyed over time Yellowstone. They became grazers, they overgrazed, and then became browsers, they overbrowsed, the trees died, that caused erosion.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. We bring the wolves back, and now we have a comfortable elk population of about 7,000 to 8,000. And now Yellowstone is coming back together again, and that's proof positive. And anyone can do that research and find out that wolves are the caretakers of nature. They're a keystone species.
Dan, where
Because you know, too, I read that more people are gored by moose every year in Yellowstone than by bears.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moose is the most dangerous animal to humans,
Yeah, you see
aside
a
from a
moose
honeybee.
Yeah, right.
Wolves honeybees kill more humans than moose do, but moose are second in line.
Unbelievable.
Some dude walked up with a camera. Hey, look, Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle.
Whoa.
No, I did that once. I was stupid with a moose.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one great. There was one like in the water grazing under near a bridge and overpass. Everybody yells, so I was taking pictures and everything.
Let me guess, you're saying, nice rack.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do?
How are you?
I roll my.
Good to see you.
I walk into the water, get within about 100 foot of this big ass moose, and I'm snapping a picture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Brilliant.
yeah, stupid.
Human beings.
Yeah. What a dumbass.
Human beings.
So what, you're that guy.
Yeah, I was that guy.
Every time
I've
I read
learned.
those articles online on the DarwinAwards.com, you're that
That moose could have buggered me.
God.
And then.
guy. How do we know he didn't and you're just not telling us?
Yeah, could be.
Which you got to
Would
check
you
out my
admit
YouTube site. I've got a great YouTube site.
Yeah.
It's YouTube/WS Wolfman, and there you get to see me with 10 wolves eating an elk. So I'm in there with 10 wolves.
What is it again?
The first
I wanna
time I
check
ever
that out.
got a video camera. Someone handed me this camera, says it does video. I'm like, no, I'm a videographer. I'm gonna go in with these 10 wolves, and I'm gonna be right there while they're eating. It's so cool, and it gets a lot of hits and a lot.
Give me
of
it one more time. .com/what?
WS as in wild spirit. WS Wolfman.
Awesome. I'm
And
gonna go
there's like
watch that.
30 some videos. They're great videos. You're gonna just go, this dude is insane.
Dan Waring here from Mexico State Forestry. When he was talking about reintroducing the wolves into Yellowstone, you're over there shaking your head in agreement.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's all about natural balance. Our forest health and watershed health depends on a natural balance.
Yeah.
And so a natural balance of fire, a natural balance of wildlife, birds and wolves and elk and deer, you know, the whole litany.
Yeah.
And so when you, I mean, this is just my opinion here, when you create an imbalance, everything else can have an adverse reaction. I mean, we've seen what in our forests because we spent so many years fighting fires.
Yeah.
And we now have too many trees. And these trees are sick and they're dying. And there's not enough water to go around.
Right.
And so we get these massive super fires, which we've seen a lot of this year.
Right, sure.
And, you know, then the super fires destroy the forest and the ecology is affected for decades.
Yeah.
And it just...
So you pretty much telling people go out and set a fire today.
I was just going to say,
No.
you sound pro-fire.
Oh, I
You get
am.
all these trees that are sick. You get all these houses that are where they shouldn't be. These fires are nature's way of cleaning it up.
But that's the truth. That's the
No, I
truth.
know.
Fire is nature's way. We are very pro-fire,
Yeah.
but because things have been so out of balance, we have
Right.
to be very careful with that fire now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we humans have to take responsibility to be caretakers as well and thin those forests because we know better.
Right,
But
exactly.
we have to battle a certain group of special interest people that say, no, you can't cut trees down.
Well, and it isn't just the special interests. It's we as a society.
You mean tree-hugging liberals like him?
Well, no, they're misinformed tree-hugging liberals.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
Right, I mean, there are great environmentalists, and there are environmentalists that, for one reason or another, they don't.
Well, they're dumb.
They don't
yeah.
see the
They've
signs.
never-
they're
They don't
envi-
see the signs.
They're environmentalists that'll walk up to a moose with a camera.
Exactly.
You know, those guys.
We're trying to pet a wolf in the woods.
But
So who's to
it-
say that the dumbass who approaches the moose with a camera isn't the same dumbass who's protecting trees unnecessarily?
That's right.
You're that guy.
I'm the guy.
Well, and it's not even, you know, I mean, we like to, you know,
That's
certain
right.
groups, we like, oh, environmentalists, whatever, but it's not even environmentalists. It's just regular people who don't have the knowledge and don't have the science.
Right.
Just landowners, they don't understand that you're not supposed to live in a forest where you can't see through the trees. They
So you
just
saying
they just
those
don't
guys
get
on the
it.
Whale Wars TV show should quit?
I've never
because-
watched that.
So are these like the equivalent of the tree war guys?
I don't, the tree war, you mean like the Axemen?
Yeah, that guy.
Let's go. Hold on. I'm going to get back to the wolf for a second.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Please do,
that's
yeah.
why you're in here. I mean,
I could go for days.
what do you say to the elk hunters in this state? I mean, with the theoretically, are there enough elk in? Would there be enough elk to sustain a healthy elk herd in this state if the wolf was like totally, you know, completely aggressively reintroduced?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because the only ones that kill the healthy, strong, breeding elk are humans. Wolves only kill the weak, the young, the sick, the old. So
you and me got to stay out of it.
We need to get Ross Morgan in on this conversation.
I
Yeah,
want to know
David
what's
Fish,
the
yeah.
human equivalent of that.
of what?
Who
Serial
who
killer.
kills the weak and the old?
Serial
and
killer.
And
Oh, okay.
I need to point out
Kevorkian.
that every single predator on planet Earth, that includes humans
Right.
especially, kill for fun. And because one of the arguments that they have,
Really?
the anti-wolf argument is, oh, they're just out there killing elk and they're not eating them. Every predator on planet Earth kills for fun. Well, you call it fun. It's really, why do you go to boot camp before you go to war? You got to practice, right?
Yeah.
Why, you don't just hire an NFL player, straight out of high school and
Yeah.
put him on the field and make him play pro ball because he's got to practice.
You only do
Just
that in
like a
basketball.
wolf, you've got to and just like a wolf, you've got to
Cardinals.
practice. Just like a mountain lion, you got to practice. Like a bear, you're going to practice.
So they don't build like straw elk.
And I have to say, with the massive 20 wild wolves we have in the 2 states, and they're building wolf-proof bus stops down in Catron County, and my brother and I happened to be driving by, and he had this brilliant idea to put a little sign up on their little wooden bus stop that says, "These little piggies built their bus stops downstairs."
Pretty funny.
Oh no.
But the idea that we're going to have to protect our children at bus stops because wolves are going to eat them is absurd, because there hasn't been any human beings eaten by wolves in the history of known human beings.
For a while.
So,
yeah.
Well, the Little Red Riding Hood thing.
Yeah.
well, she never.
She lied.
That's true. She did.
But she
say that.
outsmarted them.
Yeah.
Come on.
She lied.
Yeah, but if that's true, and I'm thinking, based on what we're being told, if you're making a wolf-proof wolf-proof bus stop, and you're writing wolf-proof bus stop on that bus stop, everybody's gonna freak out.
Well, they can read though too. The wolves can read.
There's only 2 of those bus stops that I've seen, and I've traveled around there, and they look like crap. The kids have torn to the shreds, and
Well, good. In this
wolves
case,
can
I
get
say
in and
that
out. They don't mind.
You need a kid-proof bus stop is what you need. Open house
it's
for
all
you.
graffitied by wolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Open house this weekend at Wild Trail Wolf Sanctuary, and I brought you this nice book that
Hey, thanks.
it's about Raven, who you met years ago, that
Right.
wolf that I spent 12 years with traveling around the country
Oh, wow,
doing
cool.
education. It's called The Wolf and His Man. You can find it on Amazon, The Wolf and His Man.
That's a very touching picture. Very good.
We had quite the love affair.
I see that.
And then also, these are some giveaways. You can give away some books and some
Okay.
CDs for anybody that loves wolves that might be listening to your station today. But we definitely want people to come out and see us. And wildspiritwolfsanctuary.org. We're open every day but Monday, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
That's on Highway 53, did you say?
Off the
on,
highway.
on the way to Zuni across from El Moro.
Just behind El Moro National Monument.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Hey, good seeing you.
Yeah, well, invite us back over and over and over. I'll bring other animals and other crazy things.
Sweet.
And,
All right, cool.
so.
All right, hey, good seeing you. We'll take another break. You, my friend,
Uh-oh.
we have things to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Dan Ware from New Mexico State
We
Forest
do.
Management. Hold on.
Let's see. We got.
Here, let's
You do it.
here, let's get this thing all the way down.
I don't think I can get back far enough, guys.
Well, we can get back for it.
Yeah, if you can go back farther, there you go, and drop down to his level.
She look.
You're all in the frame except for you, Leighton.
Yeah, he looks good now. He lost a lot of weight, but he looks good. Turn around, man.
Flurry, look over here.
There you
Hi.
go.
Hi, Flurry.
There we go.
Oh, he's sniffing for food. He's been dropping stuff on the floor.
This is about as good as you're gonna get.
He'll turn around again.
There we go. I can take. Actually, I can load all this and send it to you if you want.
Would a flash bug him?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm down here.
Oh, maybe I should ask that after I take the picture.
I'm not getting you.